Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is Veganuary. This is our last week fundraising for Veganuary. And there are a few ways you can help me, help them, help the animals. First, consider donating to our fundraiser here on Twitch. We have a 10 British pounds goal there. So very modest goal. If you can, please donate. But if you can't, no worries. Just watch my streams and bring your friends. This week, these are the last 3 streams for this fundraiser because I will be making my own donation based on my unique viewers count on Twitch. Excuse me. It is Wednesday, which means it's time for illustration work. I'm super excited because I had my annual wellness exam today, and so I thought it would take so long that I'd have to cut my stream short. But nope, I am here on time as usual because I just managed to get everything done really fast today. So, and by the way, I'm all super healthy as usual. I continue to work on my physical health every single day. Hooray! Also, you can't see, but I got stabbed in both arms because they couldn't get my blood work out of this arm. So the other one is also injured. I was confused because my Streamlabs popped in. Why does it have a question mark in front? There's a question mark under the Streamlabs post. I'm so glad that worked this time. Anyway, I'm all super healthy. I'm here on time. So today is a great day. I am back to work on my bees Onomatopoeia piece, which I think is the 7th piece in this series. I'm trying to create enough of these to make an art book that teaches Japanese and English animal onomatopoeia, but the focus is on creating colorful, beautiful artwork to look at, and then the learning is secondary. And I was looking through my stuff the other day. I was looking for something else. I don't remember what. But I found this folder and I forgot this is where I've been keeping all of my animal onomatopoeia stuff because I knew that it was going to be a really, really big project. So I have, let's see, what is design? See, I have cats, frogs, crows, mice, owls, dogs, and cows. Cows I did either last year or the year before. I can't remember. I think it was the year before, actually. I don't think I got one. Actually, I can look. When did I finish the cows? Did I write it down, or? I might not have written it down. Well, anyway, this is useful because I can see how I've done all the other pieces for the project so far. Design. So this is my brainstorming of how the page layout could work. Because it's going to be a 2-page spread. So there's going to be a gutter in the middle. And then this was considering making it rainbow by flipping the page. So this page is red, this page is orange. Flip the page, this page is yellow. And then I was doing different combos of colors and stuff. But ultimately, I decided to just make every single image rainbowy. So that was just an early brainstorming effort. Okay, so I have this, which means we can put the new tab in. This little tab can be named Bees. Hooray! Wonder why my Streamlabs put a little question mark in there. I feel like I want to fix it now while I'm thinking about it. Let me write bees on here first, and then I'll take a look at that real quick. B-E. Oh. For some reason my hand is kind of... Oh. For some reason that was hurting my hand just to hold this down. And I think it's because when they did the blood draw out of my arms, on each side they had me squeeze my hand as hard as I could. So I think that's why my hand suddenly twinged just then. But while I'm thinking of it, because I know I'll forget after 2 hours of streaming, I'm gonna hop onto my Streamlabs and just take a look at why there's a question mark. Is it just an error, or do I have a typo? If it's just some error thing, then it's just gonna have to be like that. But if it's something that I typed in incorrectly, then I want to fix that. So what is it called? Stream Boss? No. It was something else. Interactive. Chat box. No. Oh, I'm in chat box. That's why I can't find it. Okay. Cloudbot. That's what we need. Timers. Okay. I'm gonna go in here and check these messages. Oh, yep. It's just something Streamlabs put in there. I don't know what's going on, or something, the interaction between Twitch and Streamlabs, because all of my responses that I have typed out are good. There's no random question mark there, so I don't know what that's all about. Oh well, it's okay. Okay, so hopefully that was actually perfect, because it feels like this needed a little bit of time to dry, but there it is. It's ready to go in and start the next. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I fill this up, because I guess I'm gonna have to start doubling them up or something, because I want to make way more than those last 3 tabs, and it's not actually taking up that much space, so doubling or even tripling will be fine. I'll just write cats plus horses or something when I get to that point. But I don't really, I don't think I need to look at this. Maybe it'll help. I guess I'll just look at it. Let's just take a look at what I've done. Just for the final inked version. So all of these have been created on 2 sheets of Aqua Bee manga paper taped together. So then it really is like designing a book, but then that also is easier for storage, because then I can fold it in half. But then I can easily keep in mind the gutter of the book. So this stuff is going to sink into the book where it's published. So I need to be aware, like, okay, it's okay if we lose this, but we don't want this person's face in here, because then that will be lost in there. So, and this was my very first one, which I feel like I can tell it was my first one, because they've gotten more interesting, more elaborate. Oh, this is upside down. So this was the next one I did. Actually, it's interesting. So the first 5 or 6, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first 6. So the cows was the 7th, actually. The first 6 I did as my senior project, my capstone project for my illustration degree. And I ended up finishing some of these later ones before I finished that cat one, because I was figuring out my, there we go, we can have an interesting angle there. I was figuring out my workflow and exactly what I wanted to do, all the elements I wanted to include, how was I going to make this happen, just logistically, how was I going to get it done. So I actually ended up finishing that cat's piece after some of these other ones. Of course, all 6 were finished by the end of the semester. It's crazy that I finished 6. At the very least, I finished 6 in a year, but I might have finished 6 in a single semester. I can't remember. This crow's one is really cool. I like how my tree ended up. Actually, the tree is such a strong character in this line art. It got really toned back because I color all the lines too, so it doesn't stand out like crazy. I put a bunch of fog in the scene too. So it's not such a strong character. I actually can't even remember where I left off on my brainstorming and thumbnails for the bees. We look at these, get a refresher of what I've done so far. And then take a look at that. Yeah, I'm always trying to leave room for the speech bubbles too. So hopefully I've been doing that in my bees work so far. This was nice. Art 465, that was the class name I wrote on here. 2021, November 3rd. So this was really close to graduation because I graduated in December. Oh yeah, this owl one. I think I ended up drawing a separate owl and adding yet another owl in. My dang camera is suddenly not very bright. The one on the side and the main one. Maybe it's confused because of the white paper. Why are you so dark, camera? Don't be so dark. I guess it's gonna be dark. All of these I'm doing physical media up until the end of inking it. And then everything from that point on is digital media. Oh yeah, here's another one where I did more. I wonder where I put the owls. So here's my brainstorming. I didn't realize I'd been taking my sketchbook pages out and putting them in here. I kind of want to get my cows one because I didn't realize I was doing that. Or I didn't realize realize I'm the one who did it. So I have to have realized at some point. Then I forgot. Yeah, I feel like I had an extra owl in here. But maybe not. Maybe I just had these 4. Because now I'm seeing the dogs, and I definitely drew extra stuff for the dogs. And then for the dogs in my dog one, so this little behind the scenes thing, I don't remember how much it's not like it's a secret or anything. I wouldn't be talking about it here if it wasn't a secret, but because this was the last piece of this project in school, and of my school career, my college career. So I made all of the dogs the favorite breeds of important people to me at the time, which included 2 professors, my 3 siblings, myself, and my husband. This is what well, these are just all kinds of different sketches of the dog breeds that I chose. Thumbnail sketches. Oh yeah. Here I was just trying different compositions and how to, oh, it's hard to see. Like how can they be spread out across pages? Circle, rectangle, hills, triangles. This was what I was trying to share. I forgot that I did this. So I had, this is the main collection of dogs and the final lines, but then I drew an extra dog's head. I think I put this one here, and an extra dog's head, and I think I put this one here. Because it just felt a little too contained, like it was perfectly contained and there was nothing breaking the edge. So by having a couple of dogs looking at the scene, that sort of opens the idea up. I'm like, yeah, we're seeing it through this frame, but there's more to it. So these were homages to my dog Soon and my dog Kenchi. They both passed on now, but they are part of my dog's onomatopoeia. So that was a nice refresh. Now look at the cows, which I did last year or the year before. As usual, I cannot actually remember. So this is my thumbnails. And this is the final line work. Yep, they just get more and more complicated the more of them I make. And I know I did some sketches for this, so now I want to go get my sketches real quick. Because that sketchbook I actually finished with. So it's stored away, and it's eventually just going to meld in with all the other sketchbooks I have for my 20-ish. Let's see, I'm 38 now, so that's like 25 years worth of sketchbooks here, I think. Alright, for funsies, I'm going to get out the oldest one that I still actually have. It's not even a sketchbook. It's one of these with some... I don't think I drew this one. I think my sister drew this one. Oh yeah, it has her name on it. I'm not gonna show. So some of these are ancient gift art from when we were kids. Oh, but here's one. This was my... Let's see. I named them Porunga. This was my iguana. So I drew my iguana. And this is from 1999. Woo! You see that date right there? November 11, I guess, because I wrote a line through the 10. November 11th, 1999. Okay, Google. How long ago was November 11th, 1999? It told me it in days. Days. Okay, Google. How many years ago was 1999? Oh, it's not helping me at all. Okay, hold on. So I'll just do it like this. So 1999, 09, 19. So that's 20 years. 20, 21, wait, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that was 5, right? So 25 years. At least 25 years. These are some of my earliest drawings. They're all dirty because they're so old, because I was just a kid. This is Dragon Ball Z fan art. This is my OC. Mika, named Mika, of course. Here's a little fan art I did of Knuckles, my favorite guy. Oh man, why are these drawings so dirty? Like, they have all kinds of crumbs on them, but this is one of my favorite memories. Back when Gundam Wing was on TV, and this was long before digital recorders were very easy or cheap to come by. I recorded Gundam Wing using my VCR, timing it because it came on super late because I wanted to watch a Japanese version. And then I'd watch it and I would be so enamored with an episode that I would pause it and then draw this picture, and I did some others just like based on the paused VHS tape that I was looking at. So even though it's just a complete copy... Oh, here's another one. Troa. Even though it's just a complete copy from the anime, the memory of making that Here's 2000. Here's a dragon I made. I was making my own dragon language. And I drew this dragon. So I don't think these are actually the oldest drawings I have since the point when I started really collecting my drawings. I definitely have drawings from when I was a kid, and so that's a completely different time frame, or whatever you call it. Oh, I'm trying to fit this back in here. There we go. So I have drawings going back to kindergarten and earlier. But from the point where I really started getting into art first as a hobby, you know, a fandom, pastime, a way of expressing my love and interest for and in various things like video games, anime, books, everything, you know. I was becoming an otaku at the time. So I started like keeping a sketchbook soon after that, after those drawings I showed you. Or in fact, around the same time, I think I got a sketchbook. But I'm super sad about this even now. I still remember I brought my sketchbook because I brought it with me everywhere like so many people do. And I left it in the restaurant. And I called the restaurant the next day when I realized, and they didn't have it. And so I have a whole sketchbook lost. And it wasn't a new sketchbook. It was full of drawings. It was all fan art, of course, but I still remember it was square and it was Crayola brand. I distinctly remember that. So it's sad. I don't have my earliest drawings I don't have my earliest sketchbook from when I got serious about drawing. But the reason why I'm telling you all this story is that since I'm seeing that, oh, actually I was keeping everything in here, including the sketches out of my sketchbook, that means that this stuff I want to get out and put in here to keep with everything else so that I can use it as reference. So the more of these I make, the more reference material of my own process I have. And I want to do it now while I'm thinking about it, because like I said, I now have 25 years worth of sketchbooks. I have them in chronological order, but they don't have like tabs that say what year they are or anything. So I want to get these out now so that I don't think about it later and then regret it, because then I have to look after sketchbook to figure out which one has the cow drawings in it. Sarah, hello! Oh, so many rangers popping in. Whee! 6 rangers, whee! It's a little, what do you call that? A chorus line? It's a little chorus line of rangers. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Yay! You're making it totally worth it that I started my stream on time today. I hope you're doing well. I was going to start my stream an hour late because I had my annual wellness exam today. And it did take longer than I hoped, like usual, and so when I was planning my week, I was like, I'm gonna have to cut my stream short. And then I ended up being so on top of my own stuff that even though my appointment took way longer than it should have, because I just sat in the room because they forgot about me. They literally forgot about coming to take the blood for my regular blood screening or whatever it is. And so I made a lot of good progress reading A Wizard of Earthsea, though. That's the book I'm reading right now, so. Oh, sometimes you don't get the notice right away. Well, you're still making it worth it, because I'm only half an hour in. So originally I was planning on not even starting for another half an hour if my day had not gone as well as it is going. It'll say you've been on an hour, but I click and your stream is done. Oh, that's too bad. That's annoying. I wonder why it takes so long. So I have a bot in the Studio Mikarts Discord server So like the Studio Mikarts one, not the Griffia, not my personal one. So I don't know if you're part of that one, but I have a bot that sends a message there when I start streaming. So maybe that would be more reliable. But even that one takes like 5 minutes or something before it finally kicks in. If you're hearing that snoring, that's Aoife. Big dog Aoife. I think that's it for my cows sketches, because here I am working on my birthday piece from last year. So I can put this sketchbook away now, back where it was. Okay, so what I wanted to do was make sure that... So Sarah, I guess since you popped in, I'll let you know what I'm doing right now. I found this old... I mean, it's not that old, but I forgot I was keeping all my animal onomatopoeia pieces in this, like, file folder organizer. So I have the cats, frogs, crows, mice, etc. I went through and looked at them, and I realized, oh, I was pulling the sketches out from my sketchbook too. I wasn't just keeping, say, like this final inked piece or my printed thumbnail sketch sheet. I was also pulling out these, and so that's why I have just done that. Got all these practice sketches and stuff out and brainstorming pages, and now they can go in here with the rest, so that I can use it for reference and inspiration and to double check things against each other as I move on to the next piece in the series, which is the bees. I believe I have brainstorming and thumbnail work in here. This is for Fafnir, who I just finished. So we're gonna go back. This is all Fafnir. Bee onomatopoeia brainstorming. Oh shoot, I gotta get that out. That's a problem of doing the brainstorming in here, because I can't easily take this page out. If I pull this page out, maybe I can't use this sketchbook. I might have to buy another one of my favorite sketchbook after all. I was trying to save money by using up these sketchbooks, these random sketchbooks that I have, but it's a problem not being able to see this information and use it for inspiration in my... I mean, I guess I could cut it out, but then this is not... Well, this is going to have to be the one that's not there. Okay, I'm getting my other sketchbook back out because I remember that I've done a bunch of bee sketches in here. So I did a bunch of sketches just figuring bees out. What do they look like? How can I chibify them? Yeah, look at all of these. I went crazy because bees, I mean, crazy with this amount of sketches and the detail. Bees are insects, so I'm not as familiar with what they look like and their anatomy, and then the idea of how to chibify them is not as straightforward as a mammal, which, being a mammal and living around lots of mammals, I have plenty of familiarity, even if the species is different, but insects are like a whole step away. So now that I found this folder, I want to resume using it for storing this project, because I'm not even halfway done with the amount of animals that I want to illustrate for this project. Sarah, I love that stream of bees you put in there. It's very cute. That was one of the things I was considering doing for this piece. I can't remember if I did a thumbnail sketch of it yet. This sketchbook's gonna be very thin. Taking so much stuff out of it. But that's why I like it, because I can take stuff out of it. Don't fly away. I know you're a wing picture, but don't fly away, okay? I don't know if I've done as many sketches as I have for this. But it's probably because the previous pieces, save the cows piece, but the first 6 pieces, I was in a huge rush because I think I completed them all in a single semester, or at most in 2 semesters, but I really think it was 1 semester I did it. So I did not have very much time. Alright, this is my Christmas card brainstorming. Oh, here's some more bees. I figured out how to make them cute. You gotta make them a bean. Make the cute bees. You gotta draw them as beans. Look, I even put the start each bee as a bean. Okay. Alright, I think I really am done getting drawings out of here now. Unless there's some bees before the Kabalishka. I guess I better double check. Okay, I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. Okay, putting the sketchbook back again. We'll see if I remember something else to rip out of it today. I'm running out of room for my old sketchbooks, actually. So what am I gonna do for today? So I don't want to do my thumbnails in here now that I'm remembering that I wanted to keep all this stuff together. I don't have another sketchbook though. I mean, I have more, but I need one with rip out pages, and I'm not going to go to the store while on stream, so, well, let me go look. Oh, maybe I don't need any. Hold on. I think I was doing thumbnail sketches. So that's not, I don't have to worry about that in the sketchbook. That should be on regular printer paper. Here we go. Here's where I was keeping them. Yes, indeed. Hooray! Okay. Oh, I almost sat on the lid of my project box. I put the lid in my chair because I don't have anywhere else to put it, so. Wow. We've got so much going on over here today. Okay, so All Might is my project, my onomatopoeia. Well, I guess he's generally my illustration project, but sometimes I do something else because these take so long. So at least right now, he's holding my bees onomatopoeia sketches. So here's all the thumbnails I've done so far. I've got to remind myself what I was thinking. It's also great because it's been, I don't know, let me think. It's been at least a month. Actually, I don't need to think. I can just look on YouTube. When did the last time I worked on the December 19th. What day is it today? 29. So it's definitely been over a month since the last time I worked on this. Which doesn't bother me at all, because that means that I have had plenty of time to step away from it, to let ideas percolate, and come back to it completely fresh. I mean, I'm so fresh that I didn't even remember where my stuff was. So I'm not burdened with previous ideas or feeling stuck because what I'm thinking of isn't going to work. So, looking at this, and then these are some more options. Of course, I can keep drawing more and more and more. To be honest, of all of these thumbnail sketches that I've created, the one I like the most is this one. And I don't think I've done anything like this yet on all of these pieces. This one would be almost, if not nothing but the bees. As I remember, I found a reference image showing this kind of, I think it's Hunt's bumblebee is what I decided to use as my model. Let's see if I can find, yes, Hunt's bumblebee. And what I found was that they don't create honey hives like honeybees do. They nest on or in the ground. And I was finding these images, not necessarily always Hunt's bumblebee, but other kinds of bumblebees, and they would have these cute little clusters. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. They might be feeding their babies or making food. I don't know exactly, but they form these big, adorable, fuzzy clusters of bees. They're just, I don't know, having a great time together, I guess. And the idea of having a composition that is nothing but bees, even extending outside of the edges so that it's obvious that there's even more bees outside of the frame that we can't see, and then having, here I used white gel pen just to get the idea, but having the speech bubbles on top. And then we could still have weaving in and out, as I've done in my other pieces in this series. Sort of manga-inspired onomatopoeia flying around the scene as well. Yeah, like a repeating pattern. Cuddle party. Yes, that's exactly what it looks like. It's so cute. Let me see if I can find Hunt's bumblebee group. I can't remember what I searched to find it that inspired me, but oh, these are just individuals. I will put just bumblebee group. Ah, now it's giving me Transformers. Cluster. Bumblebee cluster. Trying to find the actual image. It was such a great picture. Just a big pile of them doing what they do, doing bumblebee work. There's a Hunt's bumblebee, but it's not in a group. Bumblebees. just put bumblebees, I guess. Lots of bumblebees. Oh, here's one's covered in pollen. Oh, it's so cute. I can't find the picture that I had found before. Oh, it's sad. They're so cute. I love bumblebees so much. I'm always so happy in the spring and the summer, and even into the autumn now that it stays really warm all the time. Just seeing the bumblebees on the flowers and flying around when I'm going on my walk or I'm just out in my front yard. Dang. Well, I can't find a cute little bumblebee cluster photo, but yep. I'm finally getting warm enough in here, so I'm going to turn my... Hopefully it wasn't annoying, but it was really cold in here today, so I had my heater on that whole time. Yep, when I look at this, it feels like a great addition to what we already have. I think I'm going to have to find a reference image for that, though. I'm going to look at my sketches one more time. Not sketches, my final drawings. This is exactly why I wanted to be able to keep this. So the cats, they're definitely not in a cluster. They are all fairly separated. They all have their own little platform to sit on or stand on. And the frogs were very similar. Fairly separated from one another. These two were underwater, so there was some interesting separation up and down, but in general the same idea. They're all fairly equally distant from each other. Each have their own little platform or space to be. Wait, this is the mice. Well, whatever, I'll look at the mice next. Skip the crows. I'll look at the crows after this. So the mice I started using grouping a little bit more. I did in the crows as well. So this is more like a unit of mice. So there's a little bit of the cluster idea, but it's just three, and then these three are all not touching each other. These ones are almost touching, but they're fairly separate. And then they're also separated distinctly by this space here, that diagonal space. So far what I'm doing is seeing, is this idea, this thumbnail sketch, is this unique so far in the collection of animal onomatopoeia in illustrations that I've done so far? And so far, yes. So here we've got pairs mostly. A pair here, sort of a pair here because they're both flying, then a single one in the corner. But all still having, oh, and a single one here, all still having a fair bit of space between them. Definitely nothing like what I'm considering doing for the bees. The owls are definitely all distant. I feel sure I added another owl to this scene. I'll click over here on my browser real quick, just look on DeviantArt. So I always have a tab up for DeviantArt. So let me see. Probably under, oh, it'll definitely be under color illustrations. Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, I did. I wonder where the sketch is for that. I don't know where the sketch is. I added another owl here in front of the moon. I don't know why it is, but what I learned in my illustration class by the advice of my professor was that having groups in odd numbers is more satisfying for illustration. And definitely the final piece, like this looks weird to me. Like, something looks off about it. That's why from the beginning of the streams, every time I look at this, I'm like, where's the other owl? Yes, I did add it. I added another owl right here. So there were 5. But once again, they're all spaced out. There's no overlap. Definitely no cuddle party going on. Right? It doesn't feel right. But it looks right. Sarah says, so weird to be odd as preference, but yep. He told me that, and I was like, and now I totally believe it. Like, yep, he was right. My professor was right. This is the closest thing, I think, to the bees. Because what I've ended up with is 2 clusters of dogs, and then in the final piece I have the backs of the head, just the ears and the top of the head of a couple more dogs at the bottom. But still, there's plenty of environment around them. There's all these blankets, and the room is in the final piece. In the background, there's some wallpaper in the background and everything. Like, you can tell what space they're in. And there's still space between this group and this group. Alright, so the last one I've actually finished is, if I can get this back in there, is the cows. This one does have a lot of overlap. I feel like this is one of my strongest compositions so far. It has a really strong sense of motion, but it's also coming out up like this, and then the hills are also adding to it. We've got a little bonus vector here or whatever. And then there's just so much space in the environment that they're in. So yeah, the bees would be a very big contrast if I were to do it like this. And just have a really close, zoomed in view of the bees in a huddle. Well then, trying to think. I have a few versions of this on here. So this one, super close in, this is the one I'm liking the most. But there is also something like this, showing the environment they're in. So showing a little bit of leaf litter and dirt and grasses, because they live in or on the ground, generally. So, but I feel like I've said this before when I was considering these last time. This one looks really good as this rectangle, but it's going to be printed in its final book form. The middle is going to be the gutter, so it's going to be sucked down in where the binding is, where the spine is, and the pages will come up and out. So we're going to lose a little bit of what's in the middle here. So we might end up with way more outside stuff, which is just supposed to be supporting. Meanwhile, our main characters are sort of being sucked into the void in the middle. That's the feeling I get when I look at it. Of course, we could draw it a little bigger. Or even in this one, we could maybe add a little indication here and there of some dirt or leaves or whatever it is. I think I'm gonna I've been working on this for quite a while now because I keep getting interrupted by various things. So I think I'm gonna just go for it. Because right now I'm my own editor, art director, and everything. I am a one-woman show here for this art book that I'm working on. So I feel like I should just get on with it at this point. Let's pick one and go ahead and do it. I'm now looking through this just to see, do I have any larger? sketch. So I think this is the biggest size I have. I'm just looking at the size of these squares. These are the correct ratio for the size I want the final piece to be. So I'm thinking about whether I want to print another sheet of this so that I can try to work out more details of the bees here, or if I should just draw it in a sketchbook. So I don't think I have anything bigger than this to print. Then again, I could just make one real quick on Photoshop. It's not that hard. Maybe I'll do that. And I'll just switch over to my digital media. I mean, who knows? Maybe I have one and I forgot about it. Okay, I'm going to mute my mic for a second. Okay, I'm back. I know you can't see it at all, but Aoife's head is hanging out off of her bed onto the floor. So I have to be really careful right now so I don't run over her ears with my chair. Okay. Give me a second to get my Photoshop running. Nice. It feels like it loads faster than it has recently. Okay, first. Ooh! Fans are picking up. There we go. Now you can see what I'm working on. So this is the template for those pages I was just showing you that have my thumbnail sketches on it. So this is for thumbnails, but what I was thinking of doing so that I could have some space to draw a few larger sketches and try to work out the details is something like, let's see, save as. What can I call it that's different? I'll put big. Hopefully future me knows what I mean by that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to toss this layer, and then since these are already the correct ratio, all I need to do is just transform. Oops, wrong thing. Transform them, make them bigger. Oops, not holding that button now, though. Yeah. Actually, no, I'm going to, hold on. Just delete this one and we'll copy this one so it's the same size. And shift, drag it down, see if we can fit. Does that fit perfectly, or am I imagining it? Oh, it doesn't. That would have been awesome if it fits perfectly, but it's a little bit too big, so we're going to make them both smaller. See what this is like. Oh, there's a third one there. But all... Oh, wait, what if I turn it? Hold on. I turn it. Doesn't seem right. try turning it again. Yeah, I don't think it'll fit any better. I was just trying to see if I could fit 3 long ways and have them bigger, but it doesn't seem like it. This one's gonna fit. Gonna fit. Oh! Yay! There. Sweet. Now I just need to delete this stuff. I don't need this extra bit anymore. And let's Control E, group these so it's all one layer, and then so what I'm gonna do is select this, cut it, paste it, and then it's centered. And we'll save it. Sketch thumbnails template big, and I'll print one. Yep. I knew it. It's doing that thing again. Where you can't print because Photoshop crashes because it's got old printer preferences that it can't load or something. I have so much video evidence of this now. Hopefully I saved that at least. And the only solution, because they, no matter how many updates they do, they never fix this problem. Gonna open? No matter how many updates they do, they just can't tackle this. And it's the only problem that, or it's the only program that has this problem. And the only solution is uninstall Photoshop, wiping your preferences, which I was just barely getting all my preferences back in from last time. It's so frustrating. Well, hopefully I saved this. Okay, it looks like I did. At least I saved this. I wonder if I just do print one copy? Will it still crash? I think it will. When it doesn't pop up right away, it's going to crash. Right? That's what it's saying. We're moving away from printing. Eventually, we're going to take away printing capabilities. We're just trying to get you used to it. Last time I looked this up, and I did like a deep dive trying to find some answer. And all I can find is uninstall it, reinstall with no preferences. You have to start over from 0 again. And what really bothers me is people reporting this for years before I encountered it. So it's been a problem for a long time. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can do. I'm gonna search one more time. Let's try it. This has got to be the 3rd or 4th time on stream recorded video footage of this problem happening. Let's see if anything new has come up. So Adobe Creative Cloud crashes like Photoshop. Photoshop 2025, I think that's what this version is. Oh, you can't see. Hold on, let me open this. Let's see. Does it tell me? Oh, it doesn't tell me. Product details. version 26.2, so I'll put that. Photoshop 26.2 crashes when trying to print. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe I need to do that. At least for this file, it won't work as well for printing, say, like Patreon rewards that are in color. With printing black and white, I'm not worried about it, but the color management for Photoshop is really good. So I really want to be able to control it via Photoshop. An AI overview, which this is new. It's been a long time since I searched this, so the Google AI overview is a new thing since last time I searched this problem. So the AI overview, which sort of conglomerates lots of different sources, says if your Adobe Creative Cloud Photoshop 26.2 crashes when attempting to print, could be due to several reasons, including outdated printer drivers. That's not it, because I've done that. It's not it for sure. I have uninstalled and reinstalled my printers so many times and made sure that each individual had the updated drivers, updated firmware. Okay, anyway, incompatible printer settings, corrupted preferences, a problematic font, or even a system resource conflict. Check if the printer drivers are up to date. Try resetting Photoshop preferences. There, look at that. Try resetting your Photoshop preferences. That's always the answer. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Won't print good pieces, but good. Fine for thumbnail outlines. Yep. Yeah, there's no quick solution according to the AI overview, so. And this top result is. Hold on, there's a top answer here. It says before doing anything else, try hold space bar while clicking print. Let me see what that's about. I'll try this, and then if that doesn't work, then we're gonna do Sarah's idea. I'll just make a JPEG version and print it from the Windows print. It should be. I don't even want to print it on my art printer. I just want to print it on the. What is it called? Inkjet, and what's the opposite of inkjet? The toner printer. Top answer. Try hold space bar while clicking print. This removes all old print metadata embedded in the file. Let's try. This could be cool. Let's try this. So hold space bar. It says hold space bar while clicking print. Okay, I'm holding space bar. You heard that click. Still holding it. Dude, that didn't work. Okay, that's enough stream time used for this. I will just save a JPEG and I'll come back. At least I have that search up there in a tab now. So after the stream I can look at it more on my own. So I really don't want to have to uninstall my preferences again. Oh, in the first month of the year, have to do it again? No, I hate it so much. Please, Adobe, don't make me do it again. It's like I'm going to be traumatized from this. Okay. Not print. We want to save a copy. We're just going to save a JPEG copy. Nice and simple. Don't need anything special. I don't need it to say copy, though. I don't like that. It's a mental burden for me to have that extra word in there. I wish they wouldn't put that on there. But I think they're just trying to cover themselves for if people accidentally save over their files. Okay, so now I need to open that. Visual art, art creation aids, and thumbnails template big. Okay, where's my print? That's cloud. Where's the print button? Oh, here it is on the other side. Insatsu. That's how you say print in Japanese. Insatsu. Nope, not Epson. We want the brother. I don't know why I have it in here twice. But the Epson is in here twice too, so whatever. Okay. No. Landscape. One portrait. So that looks good. Yeah. One copy. Auto select should be fine. Letter. Yep. Plain paper. Yep. Photo size. Well, I don't need a photo size. I just want it to be the size of the page. Well, hopefully that's alright. Page, something. I can't read that. I can't read that part. That means through. I don't know what that one means. That means one. But whatever, it's probably fine. For some reason, Windows has decided, because I have Japanese available as a language here, that some of its things it shows in Japanese, so I randomly get practice from stuff like this. Well, hopefully that's good. Let's try it. I just need the boxes in the correct ratio. Hooray! It's break time now, so let me switch back to physical workspace, physical media workspace. And I gotta bring my mic back over. So, we did it. We managed. I gotta move my peripherals and stuff again before I go on my nice fun break and go stretch and stuff. Let's put my keyboard back where it was. Okay. Oh, I thought I turned off the desktop thing. Maybe I accidentally turned it back on. There we go. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna stretch my back too. Sitting for a long time always gets my dang back, so. Well, I think you probably understand that. You probably heard tons of clients tell you about that. Or at least I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. I've got my nice 4 larger. You can see the size comparison. Much bigger. So we can work out some details using this as a guide. But first, it's been over an hour since I started this stream, so it's time for that break. I am going to put my Be Right Back screen on. I encourage everyone else to also take a break. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a great break. I am all stretched out and I had some gulps of my yummy juice shake, so I am ready, all refreshed, ready to do some sketches. Well, actually, I need my clipboard. Then I'll be ready. I am mentally and physically ready, but not logistically. Okay. It's so hard to be properly hydrated. It can be really hard. I reduced how much I expect myself to drink in a day of pure water, not counting stuff like maybe a can of diet soda or something. It's mostly probably 99% water, but I'm not counting that, you know? So I reduced the amount of pure water I was expecting myself to have in a day because I track it here on my Garmin watch. And even then, I'll be like, crap, I still have to drink 24 ounces of water and I need to go to bed in half an hour. Do I interrupt my sleep by needing to go to the bathroom because I drank a bunch of water right before bed? Or do I not have enough water, like which is the lesser of the two evils or whatever? So I know exactly what you mean. Or at least I have my own version of understanding that phrase that you put. So it's still dealing with it. Even though I made it easier for myself, still stuffed sometimes. But that's why I like making smoothies and these juice shakes. I call them juice shakes, so I put them in a shaker bottle. And it's got like greens powder and chia seeds, and then it's got juice and soy milk and water all in it. And so it's very hydrating. And it even has a cup of water, so I can count that as a cup of pure water. Yeah, I mixed it in, but I measured it out first. I know exactly how much it is. So yeah, it's tough. Why are you saying that though? I told you my whole story, but what brought it up for you? Are you thirsty? Better drink some right now if you're thirsty. I got this kit out that I made for myself that has my gray pens and my range of gray markers to help with visualizing contrast. So I've got that for these. They're available. I don't know if I need it yet though, or if I just want to kind of sketch freely without worrying about it too much. What do I want to do? I can't bring this camera any further forward. I gotta figure out how to lay my space out. Okay, I know. I am going to move this stuff over here like I usually have it. And I'm gonna put this stuff up ways over here so I can look at it. If it doesn't fall down. Okay, I need something to hold it up. SpongeBob, can you hold that up for me? Okay, thank you. There. You can see my little Toki Doki or whatever. Doki Doki? I think it's Doki Doki. Doki Doki SpongeBob collab little toy helping hold up my thumbnail sketches here. There. Now on the tertiary camera you can see that. It's kind of fun. And now I have plenty of room for my clipboard to be. Oh, drinking for two. Yeah, that's extra hard. I have no experience with that. I can give you my sympathy, but not my empathy, because I just don't have any experience with that. But I can imagine that that's even harder than usual. But maybe if you can make more of your solid food be very like hydrating, you know, like lots of cucumbers and oranges and stuff like that, then you can get that extra hydration while also getting your nutrition in at the same time. But whatever you do, I'm wishing you luck. I hope that you can figure it out, because you got to stay healthy. You've got double the reasons now to stay healthy. So what size pen do I want for the sketch? I feel like this 005 is way too small, so we're just going to put that one back. Ugh, I'm dropping it. Okay, we're going to put the 005 back. I think the 05 or the 01. Let's just test it in the margin. Oh, 05 is actually pretty big. Maybe I want 03 actually. Oh, and Sarah, I just realized that you said you've been getting headaches. I read that, but it didn't cross my mind that I actually do have advice for that because I used to get migraines all the time. I still get migraines now, but not nearly as often. And I also used to get random vertigo spells where it would just be like suddenly the room is spinning for no reason at all. I started adding an electrolyte supplement to my water, and that the vertigo is completely gone. I don't get random vertigo anymore. And the migraines are way down from what they used to be. So that could help too if you add some electrolytes. That's just from my personal experience. Because I don't want you to be feeling unwell, so that's why I'm giving you my tips. Not trying to tell you what to do, just trying to help you feel better. Yep. Because water is essential for everything. For all the bodily functions, including growth. So, it makes sense. What you're saying makes sense. This is so much smaller. This is the point, it's 0.5. This is 0.3. This is so much smaller. This is way smaller. I guess if I write harder, it goes bigger. I try not to write hard though because it can ruin these fine tips here. Let's see if my camera wants to look at how small it is. Like that felt end can get jammed back into that metal sleeve there. So I always try to write lightly with these so that that doesn't happen. Okay, first let's mark the halfway point on these. I don't think I need to worry about the three-way division that I usually do because I'm just going to do a sort of all-over composition. Okay, so this is about in between here, between 0 and 12. So we'll mark it at 6. Oh, okay, good. Getting that Gatorade. Good, I'm glad you're getting the electrolytes. Well, that's all my tips. Don't got anything else for you. But hopefully you can figure something out because it's not good if you're getting headaches. That's surely releasing stress hormones into your body from the pain. That can't be good for anyone. I don't think. I'm not a doctor. This is not meant to be construed as medical advice. A little fine print along the bottom of the, of the screen. Well, with all these words, all I'm trying to say is I wish you well, and I hope that you feel better soon if you're having a headache right now. I put my pen away, but I wasn't done with it. Oh, that's because I need a longer ruler. A little 15-centimeter ruler is not big enough. That's terrible! Stress hormones are the glue that holds my body together. That's so bad. That's so bad. Oh. Hopefully once you get really settled in, your new home and everything, an emotional support water bottle. That's a good idea. Hey, you never know. It could actually help. You could be stressed out from being dehydrated and that makes you emotional. Well, I'm glad you at least don't have a headache right now. It was last week or the week before. I woke up with a headache every day. And it was like a mystery. I was like, am I sick? Am I going to start getting other symptoms? Is this the beginning of being sick? I never did get other symptoms. It was a complete mystery as to why I kept waking up with a headache. I guess it could have been air pressure from the environment or something. You know, like a storm system or something. But not really, because it's only been sunny all year pretty much, except for the very first day of this year. So, yeah. Well, maybe they are stress headaches then. If you don't wake up with a headache, so like, if you're getting decent sleep, maybe you're getting stressed out over the course of the day, and it's just revealing itself in tension in your head. Or, the first time I ever had a migraine, I called my eye doctor right away. And then I had an appointment and everything, and it turned out that it was because my eye vision, as if I have different vision, my eyesight. That's why it's weird, because why do we say eyesight? Eye vision sounds weird, but eyesight doesn't sound weird. Anyway, my eyesight had deteriorated just enough that it wasn't really noticeable, except that I was working 10, 12-hour shifts, and by the time the end of the shift came, I was having horrible migraines. So if you need updated prescription or something for your glasses, maybe that could help. Well, maybe the headaches are actually a sort of silver lining type of thing. You get a headache, so you drink more, and then you end up more hydrated. Your body is like, I'm going to give her a headache so that she drinks more water. How can we get her to drink more water? Headache! 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 All your cells are having a riot. I'm just imagining the cells rebelling. We need more water! We're having a drought! Riot! And for you, it's a headache. I'm trying to think of how to start this composition, but it's really hard when I just want to draw a big bunch of bumblebees. I think I'm going to try again to find a reference picture of this. So it's not just these Hunt's bumblebees that do it. I'll put a bumblebee pile. Let's see if that will show it. Here's a little bit of an example. They're like inside. Oh, I think I'm getting closer to the kind of images. So this is the kind of thing. How they're all huddled up together there in their little ground nest. Instead of cells at work, it's cells on strike. Your body has a completely different anime. I'm not laughing because you're having headaches or anything, but just this concept is really amusing. Oh, I think this is the one I was trying to find. It's from Getty Images. This adorable little... It's like I don't even have to cheapify them. They're already like it. They're just little cute little flying beans. Fuzzy flying beans. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing, though. It just says bumblebee nest, but I don't know what they're doing. Are they constructing? Are they tending to babies? There's some other images that show what look like eggs. Or some sort of round thing. Oh, here's another one. Here's a different one from Bumblebee Conservation Trust. Oh, here's another one from Bumblebee Conservation. BumblebeeConservation.org. Buff-tailed bumblebee. But why are they doing this? Larvae, new bumblebees. Why do they get in big piles, though. Nobody's talking about this. Maybe I just need to ask it. Why do bumblebees group up together in a big pile? If it understands me, I'll be surprised. Oh! Well, the AI overview says bumblebees group together in a pile, particularly in colder weather, as a way to conserve heat and maintain a stable body temperature, essentially huddling together for warmth. Their furry bodies act as insulation when clustered closely together. They need to maintain a specific body temperature to fly effectively. Clustering helps them achieve this, especially in cool conditions. Bumblebee. Okay. I need to know this kind of thing because I want to know if there should be something specific I'm depicting them doing. You know, if they're taking care of babies, should there be some indication of the eggs or something like that? But it sounds like they get in these clusters just to stay warm, so I don't even really have to worry very much about the composition or anything. Yeah. I don't know if you put that, Sarah, before I actually got the answer out of Google. Or at least what I am accepting as the answer. I didn't verify the sources, but it sounds like a good enough explanation to me. And then it explains why in those pictures where they look extra cute and they're just like, they're all super tight and all over each other. I wasn't seeing any reason for it. I wasn't seeing this like physical evidence of why they're doing this. Well, it makes sense because they're doing it for heat, which is invisible. So really what I need to do, I think, for these compositions, which I know it's been a long time since I printed this and I put these lines here and I haven't drawn anything, but I'm like confused about where to start. This is actually a lot harder to illustrate than it seems like it should be. But there's two things I need to include aside from the bumblebees, and those are the speech bubbles. So the speech bubbles belong to two individuals among all of the animals that I am including in the scene. So that's what I need to start with. Which two bumblebees and where are they going to be, where are their speech bubbles going to be, and then I can add all the other bumblebees into the scene around that. But hopefully it won't look too designed. Alright, I gotta look at my old stuff again. Because I'm thinking about the speech bubbles first, and then I'm going to add a bee, and then I'll add the other bees. I know I've been doing one speech bubble on one side and one on the other side, as one is, I think the left one I'm doing Japanese, and then the right one I'm doing English. My thinking being that a native English speaker would read left to right, but a native English speaker would want to be learning Japanese, so that's why Japanese would be over here. And it's vice versa for Japan, although many books in Japan are now printed English style as well, but plenty are still printed Japanese style. So a native Japanese speaker would be reading from right to left, but they'd be wanting to learn English, so that's why English would be on the right side. Oh, Sarah, you're so smart. You suggested it before I read it. Yay, I should have just asked you. You knew exactly what they were up to. I couldn't fathom it. I was like, what are they doing? They're so cute. Why are they doing this? Oh, they just want to stay warm. Okay. I don't know if I've been following a specific pattern as far as up and down. So for the cats, I have both speech bubbles are at the bottom. And then this one's on the left side of the half of the picture it's on. This one is sort of centered. Let's look at the frogs. Oh, is that why you knew? Because you play a bee simulator game? I didn't know there was such a game. It's like an indie game. Bee simulator. That's cute. speech bubble for the frog on this one on the top. And this one's on the bottom. Okay. Trying to keep this stuff in mind so that I can make sure there's variety going on with the speech bubbles too. So this one is again top and bottom. So this is the same as the frogs. So left, top, right, bottom. What about the mice? Oh, yep, mice is doing it again too. Left, top, right, bottom for the mice as well. So I don't want to do that because I want to create more variety. Left, top, right, bottom. I think I did it here too. Because I'm pretty sure I put this one here and this one here. So I did start getting into a habit with that. The cat so far is the only one that's different. Ah, here the dogs, it's left bottom, right top, I think. No, it's sort of centered. It's right here. I think that's what this is meant to be. Okay, so the dogs at least I did a little bit different. But I don't want any more left, top, right, bottom. There's way too many of that. This one I didn't actually design into the page, but I'm pretty sure I put one here. That's why this person's mouth is open. And then I put the other one here. So this one is like the dogs, where I've got left down, at least, and right up, so it's opposite. And cats were both at the bottom. So the bees I could put both at the top. That's something I haven't done yet. Have both speech bubbles on the top of the pages. I've been doing so much talking today, my throat is starting to get a little sore because I talked a lot at the doctor as well. Okay, so let's try it. Let's try having a speech bubble at the top on both sides. Or, you know, it doesn't have to be perfectly at the top. Like, wait, what if we have one at the top? What is this, right? One on the top right, and then one sort of toppy middle-ish, so that it's not, I don't want it to be like a mirror image or something. That's a little too symmetrical. It won't feel right with the rest of this composition, I don't think. So, getting back to that bumblebee cluster, if I can. Dang, it went away. How do I find that picture of the bumblebee cluster? I had found that really great one. Ugh. I hate it when it includes pictures of dead bumblebees on sticks. It's very awful. Don't like seeing that. Bumblebee cluster. Dang, why can't I find it? Oh, here's a close one. This is close. There's another one. That's not it. Oh wait, what if I put bumblebees huddling for warmth? That might help. Bumblebees huddling for warmth. Now that I know what it actually is. Oh, so cute. This person has like 4 bumblebees on their sleeve. Look at how cute they are. They're so big. They're so cute. Their little legs. They're so cute. I can't stand it. Bumblebees. And I've never been, like growing up, I'd know people that were like, oh, I'm a bee person. They love bees so much. And I've never been like that. But when I see them, they just warm my heart so much. They're just so cute. This is a similar picture, not the one I was hoping to look at. There's a single bumblebee. Come on, man. There was that one super good one. Cannot find it anymore. Wish I could remember some of the other searches I've done. It's not showing up in my search history. Hunt's bumblebee pile. Searched that earlier. Oh, here's a close one. Oh, here. Maybe I'm gonna find it. Maybe I'm gonna find it. Oh, I found it. Hooray. Let's click on this. Visit this picture. Yeah. So what I want to see is the different angles. It would be so easy to just draw a bunch of circles and be like, those are bees. But we're trying to get more details in here. That's why I went to all the trouble to print this sheet out and make these larger. So ultimately these illustrations are going to be printed at 11 by 17 inches. So these are the same ratio, though obviously they're not 11 by 17 inches, or else my hand would be absolutely massive. So this is the picture this is that great picture. Shows all kinds of different angles, and some of them really catch the light with their wings, but other ones you can't even tell they have wings because of it's completely not catching any light. And some are, you can view them from the side, but others you're viewing them from behind or on top. So this is what I wanted to see. What is all the different angles and shapes they might be in? And for the ones that are speaking, or that have been given speech bubbles in this illustration, I really want them to be distinct and recognizable. They might be covered up a little bit by their comrades, but for the most part, I want them to really be outstanding in a less excellence sense and a more they stand out sense. So if we've got this one here, and remember from my sketch that I reviewed, start each bee as a bean. I've done it. Let's have this one crawling down. I like that. Sort of matching with this diagonal like this. So we'll have this one. So maybe not getting as much of the bean sense from this one, but if we have it climbing down, maybe the speech bubble is coming down from on top. I mean, coming down from on top. That's how I could explain what I'm thinking. The idea is that the speech bubble isn't above the bee. So we have two bees like that. I mean, I wonder if I should make them bigger or if I should draw 50 bees in here. These definitely are not as big as the ones I drew in the thumbnail. Let's try it again and see what it's like if I make them a lot bigger. Start each bee as a bean. If you're a bean, and you're a bean as viewed from above, little bee bean. Oh, I like that better. I like that much better. I'm gonna look at some of my sketches of bees. This photograph I found is great for seeing what the cluster looks like, but it's terrible for seeing what individuals look like. So let's get those sketches out. Oh, where's my sketches? Oh, they're behind here. I'm so silly. I don't need to get them out yet. I didn't put them away in the first place. Haha. So we've got a, I don't know if it's called a proboscis, like with a butterfly, but they've got what they eat with, whatever their mouth tube thing is. And we've got 6 legs, 2 wings. Oh, and they've got really big eyes. We gotta give them those really big, cute eyes, which is naturally what they have. They naturally have chibi proportions. Okay, cute, 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 cute. Eyes. Oh yes, and we have the head, and it's so fuzzy, 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 fuzzy. And then the middle part, which I think is called the thorax. I've looked this up before. I keep having to look it up because I can never remember, but I'm pretty sure we figured it out. The middle part is the thorax because the bottom part is the abdomen. That's why bees are cute and wasps are devils. Bees are cute and wasps are cool because they're like the cool gangster or tough guys. The bumblebees are like pop stars and the wasps are like heavy metal. Alright, and then the little legs, which you might not even be able to see, so I'm not going to draw them too detailed, because they're probably going to be obscured anyway by all their buddies working together to get warm. The wings come out from the lower part of the thorax. And even the wings are they're not fluffy, but they're ruffly along the edges too. So they're just freaking adorable. It's unbearable. They're so cute. And they've got this little sort of bald patch on the middle of the back. And what if we have the antenna sticking up? Do the antennas stick up in this group photo? Man, really can't tell. It's a different kind of bee, but I'm sure they have antennas. Antennae? Antennae? Antennas? Oh, I can see some. I can see some. Yeah, I guess it depends on what they're figuring out, whether they're up or what. We'll make these ones be up. Well, what about this fellow? With the big fluffy head. Huge, massive eyes. And antennas poking out from here. They poke out from in between the eyes. So rather than eyebrows, they're, I don't know, their eyes are so big that they don't have eyebrows. Or it's like they are like eyebrows, but the eyes are so big they overcome the eyebrows. Instead of being on top of the eyes, it's in between them. They just still have like a little bump in the front where their mouth comes out. So there's that. And then we've got the thorax for this person with the little bald patch on the back for the Hunt's bumblebee. And the wings, which these will all be tucked back. Otherwise, everybody would be hitting each other with their wings, I think. Oh, 10-minute morning. I feel like I haven't made very much progress on this today, but I had a lot to review because it had been so long. It's been like 5 weeks since the last time I worked on this. Alright, now that I've sketched this, I don't actually like this one sticking down like this. Because if these two are our main characters in this whole scene, it feels weird that their eyes are basically keeping us stuck in this bottom little triangle here. Because we'll follow the eyes of this one to this one, and then the eyes are pointing down, and then it just goes off the page. So our focus ends up being this tiny little triangle. I mean, maybe it will help adding more bees into the scene, but I think it would be better if we had more of a circular psychic line happening, or else at least a back and forth between these two. So let's try it again. That's what these are all about. So I really want the speech bubbles to be at the top, but maybe they're restricting me. So I'll try drawing the bees first, without just trying to keep our main character bees at the bottom, then that way the speech bubbles will naturally end up on the top. Though I think I drew this fellow too small again. Come on, let's draw the bees nice and big. They're going to be really big and cute. Okay, this person is facing. So it's similar to this, but turned a little bit. Turned them a little bit. And this one is completely different from this one. It's almost like I'm moving this, flipping, putting over here. Let's just see what this looks like. And it's a lot easier to imagine these kind of problems once you actually have added the details, because I don't think I would have thought of that as a problem until I did add the eyes. So even with a bee, I recognize eye, and I look at where the eye is looking. So I think that a viewer of this piece might do the same, even if it's an unfamiliar kind of eye. So we humans are hardwired to see faces. That's why there's whole internet accounts dedicated to look at the faces of this mailbox and this piece of toast and whatever. This is a lot better. But now I'm starting to think maybe if we had like a sort of yin-yang kind of thing going on, that would be really nice. Because it still feels like an awkward sort of exchange of energy. The eyes and antenna are pointing here. Okay. And then maybe we follow that up to the eyes up top here. But then it just sort of fizzles out into nothing. Of course, I could add another distinct bumblebee maybe right here. Have a sort of triforce of bumblebees. Maybe that will help. So we've got the two speaking, but we can have this third one being really prominent, just as a way to help balance the bees themselves. I don't remember how many stripes the Hunt's bumblebee has. It's probably fine for this rough sketch. That is a lot better. Now it makes me think maybe it would be better if I made these big enough. So if maybe I did the same thing here, where we've got a Mitsudomoe or Triforce or whatever sort of triangle thing going on where they're looking at each other. And then we'll fill the scene with lots more bees so it won't be so blatant. But I feel like I'd like this even more if these three were even bigger. And maybe not entirely in the scene. Like, if this one was so big, like this, that their tail end is not even in the scene. Something like this. Yeah, I'll definitely draw it better for the final one. It's just quick sketch to get the idea in there. And then maybe this person can have coming off like this. Maybe a little bit higher because I don't want them to get cut off at the bottom. We've got to make sure to leave maybe about an inch of bleed so that when it is printed as a book, there's that little bit of wiggle room. Because the way printing works is not always 100% perfect. So you need that little bit of space where it's okay if it gets chopped here and it's okay if it gets chopped here. I don't want anything really important to be too close to this edge here. That's why I'll move this bumblebee's head up. Okay, we still have that connection. The psychic line started here, connects here. So if we add someone up here, and they don't all three have to be the same size necessarily. We could have this person being a little smaller or farther away. Have little arms if they're showing. Little arms and legs would be there, but they might not be able to show some wings. I think I had a sketch of how their wings actually overlap somewhere. Maybe. Maybe I should call it good for today, though. There's less than a minute left. And to be honest, I'm suddenly feeling extremely exhausted, and I guess it's probably because of the blood draw. Yeah, I didn't actually... Maybe... I feel like actually what happened was I could not find a good example of how exactly their wings overhang, but I suppose that's something I can look up later for the detailed final sketch. But I definitely like where I'm getting to here. I'll hold this up for a last look at what we did today. Camera, why do you get so dark? Please don't do that. It's so dark. Oh well. You just have to have this dark. It doesn't like the bright white paper. My camera is all completely automatic and it gets so dark. Here's the progression of these final sketches. So tomorrow I'll probably just print another one of these pages if I don't feel like... So this is the final one I did. When I come back tomorrow, I'll just leave everything exactly where it is. Come back to this, because tomorrow is another illustration stream. Why, camera? Get brighter. Get brighter. Get brighter. Come on. Dang! I thought I could trick it by putting my arm here and taking it away real quick, but it gets dark again. Oh well. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I shall. The next half hour is follow-up work for the live stream. Then I check my email, and then I can start my evening routine. So, oh, I'm stretching. Whee! Leaning back in my chair. I know I should end my stream first, but I was just overtaken by the need to stretch. Alright, since I am feeling so tired, I'm not going to raid anyone. I'm just going to call it good here. I will be back tomorrow, same time as usual, picking up right where we left off. So I hope you can join me then. But even if not, let me wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching.